to the music room.
Hello, hello, hello. Today in the music room we have our first guest, my friend Anil Dacres. Yeah. Welcome. Yeah. Thanks for joining me.
It's a pleasure.
We are here to talk music. So, first of all, are you a music lover?
Yes, to the grave.
To the grave.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's dedication. I love to hear it. That's what we love here. So, how long have you been into music?
Well, I've been into music from a very tender age. I mean, I used to be, around musicians at church. I go to the Temple of New Testament church. And then eventually I started to play drums at church. And then eventually I started to play saxophone and then bass guitar and then keyboards.
Everything.
No, not really.
How does
Not
somebody
really.
just start to play sax? That's not a very common instrument.
Right. Funny story. My mom bought me a saxophone for my 16th birthday.
What?
Didn't know anything about it, but I found that I could produce sound out of the instrument very easily. And so, being a part of the choir at church and school, playing in devotions at school. I used to go to Meadowbrook High School. So,
Okay.
yeah. I was kind of, I could hear what was going on. So I actually taught myself how to play saxophone.
Like YouTube or it was
There
YouTube
were
a thing?
there were videos from
Okay.
YouTube. And of course, if you're learning to play an instrument, you're gonna have to listen to players of that instrument.
Right.
So, I used to listen to a lot of Dean Fraser's music and Cannonball. A lot of jazz musicians.
Okay. All right, I like what you said. If you want to learn how to play an instrument, you're gonna have to listen to players of the instrument.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Thank you. So you play music professionally, as a hobby, as
It has been a hobby in the past, but now it's a professional thing.
Okay.
I play music full time.
what inspired you to go in that direction?
I just love it.
Okay.
and I feel like if you love something, you should do it, and it won't feel like you're going to a 9-to-5 job or it's more fulfilling than if you were doing a job or. I mean, I'm not bashing anybody's
It's not a job.
you know what I mean? But yeah, it doesn't feel like a job.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like a job because this is what I love to do, and
It's your passion.
it's my passion.
That's nice.
And it's my gift. So my Bible tells me that my gift will make room for me. So
It's making room.
it's making room. It's making
Okay.
room.
So do you play all 500 instruments professionally, or is there one that you focus on?
No, I focus on keyboards professionally
Okay.
and piano.
Okay. Keyboards and piano.
Yes.
Now I
mean,
want to know the difference between a keyboard and a piano.
All right. Okay. It may get a little technical, but I mean, a piano is a mechanical instrument. There's a debate whether it is a stringed instrument or a percussion instrument. It's still
Okay.
going on.
Because you have to
there's
hit
hammers
keys?
inside of it.
Okay.
Hammering the strings and then,
Yeah.
each string is a different pitch. But then you can't get an organ out of a piano. You know
Okay.
what I mean? You can't get a cello out of a piano.
So organ is strictly string.
The piano is strings and keys but the keyboard, however, is an electric instrument,
Right.
which
No doubt.
sound banks are in there, so you can choose from whatever sound you want, and I mean, even though they're all synthetic, but yeah,
Okay, thanks.
yeah.
All right, so I would love to talk about your career. I want to talk more about your instruments, but let's leave that for another time.
Okay.
Now that you have spoken, that you have narrowed it down to keys and piano, I want to know, especially in a time like this, COVID, or even before COVID, when you were just starting out, how was that for you? Well, first let's start at when you just started this professional journey. How old are you?
Wow.
Wow.
That's a very good question. I'd say my professional journey started when I went to audition for spot at Edna Manley College of the Music and Performing Arts. I mean, the Visual and Performing Arts. Yeah. I went in 2009 to audition as a drummer.
This is to audition to get into the program.
To get into the program to learn,
okay.
you know. I didn't even get accepted as a drummer. But I went to Exit for 2 years. They had a performing arts program
Really?
there.
Do you know if that's still around and available
it
for
is.
persons who want to pursue that?
Yes, I think yes it is. Yes, it is still open and it's still
Okay.
available. I went there for 2 years. Didn't learn so much in the first year, but the second year I actually began playing piano at a very proficient level. And after I left Exit, I went to Edna again.
Okay.
And I auditioned as a pianist this time. And I got it.
Yeah.
And I did 4 years there, and I came out with a bachelor's degree in music education. So
Okay.
I'm a certified music teacher.
Okay.
So yeah, I love it that much.
Yeah.
But I found that I wasn't living up to my fullest potential as a musician, especially because I just left school and I haven't yet experienced anything. So even though I was, teaching, getting a salary and everything, benefits and all that, I felt like I wasn't in a very fulfilling position. So I decided that I was going to just, resign
Wow.
and do music full time.
So you're saying that it's possible to be in the field of your passion
Yes.
and still not be fulfilled because
Right.
okay, you're not where you should be.
Depending on what you're doing.
Okay.
Depending on what you're doing. Because I felt like I was stuck. And then because it was a full-time commitment, I had to give up a lot of opportunities to do creative stuff, like maybe doing a recording session because I had a class, or giving up a tour opportunity because I've been on tours. Music has taken me across the world.
Okay.
And I didn't have to pay a cent. And that is the thing that your gift will do for you.
Yes.
If you're in the right place at the right time, and if you're really honoring God with your gift as well.
So this sounds like it was a great journey for you. Were
Yes.
there actually any times when you didn't want to do music anymore?
Well, in the initial stages, I thought that I wasn't going to live up to what everybody else was doing because I was comparing myself to everybody else and saying, oh, I just started playing piano last year and these guys have been playing for how many years now? They started playing from 3 years old, and I've been comparing myself and comparing my journey to their journey, and I'm like, I don't think anybody's going to call me for a gig. I put myself down.
Okay.
I put myself down and I just doubted everything that God has placed inside of me. And that wasn't the way to go. That wasn't the way to go. But, I did get calls, Like I said, I've toured, I've done sessions with a lot of artists. And I've eventually started my own production company.
Production company.
Yeah. Along with a few of my friends,
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to hear more about that.
Yeah.
Before we go into where you are now, I want to know, were there any misconceptions that you had going into the business, going into this profession, and you want to tell people, okay, don't believe this or don't think this, or
Well, I can say that I have been discouraged,
okay.
from doing music full time because, no money, no in it.
Of course.
We had music at work, I've even had family members try to convince my parents not to let me
Do this.
pursue my dream.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is all it is all good. I've made it my point of duty to prove some people wrong. You know, because that's not what my Bible says about me. You know what I mean? That's not what God says about me. If He has placed something in me, I think that it is what I should be doing. It is that is my talent, and I can't bury it. These are gifts from God, you know, and we can't. Even if we don't sing for the rest of our lives, even if I don't play for the rest of my life, I'm still gonna have it. You know, and I'm going to have to give an account of what I did with it when Judgment Day comes. You know.
So you are embracing your gift so much so that you have started a production company?
Yes.
What's production?
It's not off the ground yet.
Okay.
But we have been in the creative process since the start of COVID.
Oh, come on. Talk to me. Talk to me about COVID.
You know, all these lockdowns and curfews and stuff like that. Just it's sometimes frustrating because, you know, a lot of things got cancelled, a lot of shows, a lot of sessions got cancelled, a lot of flights got cancelled, a lot of festivals got cancelled, and these are most of these things are what musicians live by.
Right.
Musicians, and not only musicians, artists, artist managers, road managers, you know, people that do production, you know, all of these things put a damper on the livelihood of these people. But where there's a will, there's a way, you know. So my friends and I, we play music together. I'm gonna call their names.
These are your professional play music together people?
Play music together people, part together people.
Okay.
Because I feel like the music means a lot more when we can share an experience.
Yeah.
And when we're creating something, we won't come together with different pieces that are too far off from that similar experience. So what we create is beautiful.
I love it. Can we get a sample?
Sample? In the future.
The people want a sample.
Look out for us. We're a final dose.
Okay.
Music. Final dose music.
Final dose music.
Dose, you know. It's
Okay.
kind of, you know, like vaccine.
Is it? Okay, I was just about to ask if it's...
Yeah. So this is the final dose. Once you get the final dose, you won't need any more.
Okay.
Right?
Can fight off anything.
Anything.
I love
Anything.
it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your company. So you've been dealing with COVID with your head held high then?
Yes. I feel like living by faith is what I'm learning to do. Of course, getting a salary is good, you know, getting money is good, and you know when it's going to come. But I feel like I should be believing on God for His provisions. He said He'll never leave me nor forsake me. He said He'll provide all my needs according to His riches in glory, and all these nice things. So I am believing God, and I'm having faith that He will do that for me, and He has been doing that for me.
You have done COVID like that. What are some other ways that musicians can put themselves out there?
You know, it's a technological age, and I'm grateful that I am equipped to deal with it, because a lot of people aren't really tech savvy, you know, and they kind of need help for.
COVID called us out on how much we didn't know.
Call out everybody, you know, and there are so many different platforms that musicians can share their craft and share their content and be discovered, you know, and be appreciated too, you know, for your creativity and for your style of music too. I mean, YouTube's always there, Instagram, Spotify, you know, Apple Music.
Do you have
SoundCloud.
a YouTube channel?
I am in the process of creating one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll look out.
Definitely. I do have an Instagram page, so check it out.
We'll put it somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing for musicians to take into consideration in this time too is when you do recording sessions with other people, there is a thing we call a split sheet.
Don't know what that is. What's that?
All right, so a split sheet is kind of like a contract. It's a contract, so that you'll get your rights. Once you've recorded, you're automatically a writer. You are entitled to a percentage. So, given the fact that musicians don't readily have systems available for pension and investments and things like that, royalties are very important in a musician's life, or anybody who is in the creative industry.
Yeah.
So these are the things. It's good to know the music.
That's important because a lot of persons, I'm sure, get cheated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes,
you really have to know what you're doing if you're gonna stay in the business and make it.
You have to know.
Yeah.
And it's good to secure yourself with documentation. Always make sure that you get everything in writing. So that just in case somebody tries something funny,
you have
it's
it
here.
black
this
and
is
white.
What we agreed upon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sound like you're not playing around.
No.
Yeah.
No games here. No games.
We like it.
If you are creative, that means by default you are an entrepreneur.
Okay. Yeah.
By default.
I'm an entrepreneur.
You are the product.
And even as you come out of COVID, you have to be like, okay, I have to still be something that somebody wants.
Right.
So if I can even use this time to work on my skills, to work on my artistry,
right,
to create something,
record some ideas.
Yeah.
I use my phone to record ideas all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm driving and I'm on the road, a melody comes to my head and I just take out the phone and
it's never too simple to put down, right?
No,
yeah, because it can become something.
I've like dozens of ideas that have not yet, been planted and watered. So you can look out for a lot more from
I'm
us.
looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for spending time with me today. Talking about your career, talking about your little journey. I only got a summary.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just a
summary, but
maybe if we can get an extended version.
Yeah.
maybe we can talk some more.
I'm sure. Yeah. I want to know though, you can sing?
I can.
Yeah?
I can sing.
Yeah?
Yes.
You want to give us a little?
As the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longeth after you. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone doth my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I hope you don't put that up in there.
I will. I will. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you can sing.
I enjoy arrangements. I enjoy doing arrangements. I enjoy doing vocal arrangements.
Yeah. Well, we heard that you can
choirs.
sing.
I mean, for choirs and small groups,
Okay.
People who can actually sing better than I can.
So you're definitely gonna be back in the room with us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's music room.
Might be another color room. It might be another vibe, but you'll be back.
I'll be back, definitely.
All right. So you've heard from O'Neil Dacres. He's a renowned musician, skilled in many instruments, And we just hope that today you would have learned something. Pursue your dreams.
Pursue your dreams.
And music is not unattainable. It's not an industry that you cannot thrive in.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you can thrive. You can survive. You can create. You don't have to go mainstream. You don't have to feel forced.
There's a but there.
There's a but.
There's a but. Or if you want to use however, everything takes time. Everything takes time.
Yeah.
Music is about time. You know that, right?
Yeah.
It's in the rhythm. It's in, how fast you play. Time, discipline, effort,
And purpose.
Or is it purpose, discipline, effort, time?
Okay.
Or is it
Purpose, effort.
or is it time, purpose, or is it? However you want to put it. All of those things have to be in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If this is not for you, this is just not for you. You know what I mean? If it is for you, then and you're not doing anything, you're wasting your time.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
That's the music room for today.
Thanks for having
Thanks
me.
for joining.
Yes.